Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I think you already know what we're doing today. Except this time the stipulation is that the owner of the team is giving us a strict budget of $70 million. So we gotta stay within that. It's gonna be tricky, I think. I normally have a hard time staying within the regular salary cap as it is. So this one is gonna be an extra challenge, but I'm here for it. I think it's gonna be a good one. We're gonna be like the Moneyball of the NHL. Instead of, having all this money, we are limited, but it is not the same at all because, the Yankees probably had like $100 million more on the payroll or something crazy like that as opposed to 10 million, but you get the point. Also, Moneyball, very good movie. All right, let's randomize the team, see who we are going to be using today. It will be the Pity Pens. And I accidentally launched Hockey Ultimate Team, which I have not played once this year, by the way. Oh yeah? Good old Jake. We get some seasonal awards, I suppose. 400 coins, now we're talking. I have 11 unopened packs? How come? Loyalty reward pack. Oh, those are gonna be nothing. What's this one? Players pack? Sure, why not? Let's go ahead, open it, see what I get, just for fun. Just a little treat. Skip the animation. We get Austin. That's me right there. We also get Jeffrey. Attaboy. Alright, is there a way to... Okay, let's just zip through this and see. I can't even zip through it. Is there a way to just blast open the entire pack or nah? We got Sergei Gonchar, so that's pretty fire. Actually, it's impressive. I don't know how I managed to launch Hockey Ultimate Team again, but here we are. Owner mode, no, but kind of, because we are setting that strict budget. Fantasy draft, obviously. Fog of War, no. Player morale, no. CPUs can trade, and Jabroni will not be editing my lines. Not today, or ever, for that matter. Pick number 8, maybe? Let's keep the salary cap on, of course. I don't know why it prompts you with that every time, but we get pick number 5. All right. This means that Cale Makar still on the board, but we do have to stay within that cap. I don't know. Sidney the Kidney. Barkov's only making 5.9. That is not bad. Huberdeau is as well. I feel like we have to take one of them, or we could take Igor at 5.6, but nah, I'm gonna go with a forward for sure. I just don't know which one. It could be Barkov, it could be Huberdeau. They're both very talented. More abilities in Barkov. All right, let's go with Sasha, if you will. Ilya Sorokin, 87 overall, 4 million. I feel like he hasn't worked out too well for me in the past, but maybe we'll give him another shot. Could grab Freddie. I think I'm gonna give Freddie a chance. Here we go. Make that draft pick. We have 2 very solid players to start off our team here. Giroux at 4.14 is very, very good. Pelech is 87 overall, only making 5.7, which, is still a lot of money, but comparatively, it's not too bad. And then we have Slavin, who I believe has, he has X Factor, a ton of abilities, 27. All right, that's who I'm drafting then. I took him in my fantasy league too. He slipped very far down. I thought he would get taken earlier. Listed as a sniper. He's got 2 abilities. Taylor Hall can play with Barkov, and hopefully they can light it up. Kopp would be great for the second line. So 86 overall, and that is a killer contract as well. It is also very difficult to say no to this Brian Rust contract. 3.5, 85 overall. He will be our first line right winger. And now we have line number 1. We do need a defensive partner, though, for Slavin. Jeff Petrie, 85 overall, shoots right and has a bunch of abilities. Yeah, I think he's going to be our go-to guy. Ryan Ellis. Oh, they're making the exact same amount. And actually, Ellis is younger, but Petrie has 1 more ability. They are also both two-way defenders. This is not an easy decision. I think I'm gonna go with Petrie simply for the extra ability. So far, we're at 35 million. We have our first defensive pair, our first line, and our starting goalie. So I think we're on pace here pretty decently. Giordano is a very good contract, so I will be grabbing him as well for the second defensive pair. He comes with a ton of abilities, which again, no idea if they affect the sim. I have no clue. Krejci, 84 overall, making less than $1 million. You can't go wrong. Foligno sneaks into a lot of my drafts. And this is another one. Welcome to the team, Marcus. This will bring us to like 46, 47 million with Riley Smith, which will complete our first 2 lines. Yeah, I think we're still on pace. We're doing all right. So let's go with Riley. Athanasiou is a steal at 2.7. 83 overall. Our team's gonna be sick. It's probably not because I said that now. We're gonna be terrible, but I can dream at least. Jan Ruta, right-handed defenseman. And then we just need our bottom pair. Very good contract there as well. We're getting a lot of good deals. I believe we'll be able to afford it and then sneak in some very low contract players. So I'm going to take Timothy Jimothy. 5.7 is a lot, but I think we can make it work. We just need our final defensive pair, last line, and a backup goalie. We can definitely find some low contract players like Connor Sheary. That is a prime time fourth line player right there. 82 overall. He could easily slip into the third line. He might even be able to play on the second line, honestly, but we're going to play him on the fourth. Corey Perry will also be on our fourth line. PK Subban right there just recently retired. I feel like a lot of players retired recently. I'm debating between two players right now. It's either going to be DeSmith or Mike Smith. So it's going to be one of the Smiths, that's for sure. The only reason I'm leaning towards Mike Smith is because he does have those two abilities, which again, I still don't know how much those affect simulation, but based on the experiment I did, I think they do at least a little bit, and he normally sims well for me if I remember correctly. But DeSmith, we're bringing him back home. This is a tough one. We'd be saving $1 million with DeSmith, but do we really need that? 82 overall, Mike Smith. Okay, I'm going with Casey. I don't care. Decision is made, and we are gonna live with it. Nick Dowd has 84 face-offs, and he's got a 3.5-star defensive category, 80 overall, 700. Yeah, this is gonna be a interesting team, actually. I'm curious to see what the lines are gonna look like. We are not set up for the future whatsoever, but Suter will be my next selection because we can afford it, and we have a lot of cap for our final defensive pick. I also double-checked because I have been very bad for that. We do need a right-handed defenseman, and we can afford a lot of these guys here. We cannot, however, afford PK Subban, and he is a right-handed defenseman, so that is unfortunate. All 4 of these lads right here are right-handed, so it's just a matter of which one I want to take. They're also all defensive defensemen, so the only difference is the age. Jensen is the youngest. Gudis is where I'm leaning right now, just because I feel like he's got that physical category that these other guys maybe don't. Hamannik's up there, but let's go with Radko. There's the draft summary, and you can change it. Interesting. You can also go by round. Huh. I did not know this was a thing. Andrei Svechnikov went to the Capitals at the last pick of the first round there. Ovi went 23rd to the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. The Wild were 1 pick away from taking back Kaprizov. I can't help but feel like we're going to be a good team, but that makes me very, very nervous for how we will actually perform. They want to play Krejci here. He does give that line a +1, but I'm going to veto that. Also, no? If we swap Foligno and Athanasiou, we also get a +1, and because they're the same overall, a lot more comfortable with that. So that is a move we will be making. Hall, Barkov, and Rust, they can hopefully get it done. In my opinion, we're very good defensively. Slavin and Petrie get a +3, Ruda and Giordano with a +1, and then Suter and Gudis a 0. But I'll take a goose egg over negatives. That is a okay deal in my book. Freddie Anderson and net, backed up by Casey DeSmith. We're gonna kill it. We're actually gonna kill it. We're not going to do that. This game is literally giving me trust issues. All right, you heard it here first. We are getting 47 wins. We're making the playoffs. Barkov gets the most points with 82, exactly a point-a-game player. Let's simulate and find out just how wrong I am. Not a bad start from the lads, I gotta say. We are currently atop the division, but that losing streak sort of cost us a little bit of that ground. Cheeky little 3-game losing streak again, and we are falling down the division, but back-to-back shutouts and 3 wins in a row. All right, the streakiness of the simulation engine continues. We started out hot, but man, we cooled down quick. We basically did that Arctic plunge or whatever it's called. I guess theoretically we could make trades as long as I stay within the budget. And we are on a good winning streak right now, though. Why do we always do that going into the trade deadline? Because that makes me want to keep the team together, but if you guys just go and do this again, I'm going to be fuming. How about this? We'll keep our current trading block, see who's available, and make a judgment call. If there's someone very good, then maybe we'll go out of our way. Jake Ottinger. That would be fire. If we trade away Foligno, we are getting 3 overall in Alex Killorn. He is more of a second-line player than... Well, he's not even listed as a second-line forward, actually. Killorn is. However, I just realized we will be over the 70 million budget. And Killorn is gone, and all of a sudden they want Foligno. Well, we tried. Actually, what the heck? It says we have 70.6 right now, but there's no way. It must have done some kind of correction. Unless, the only thing I can think of is if we have a scratched player that is technically counting against our cap. That's the only possibility. Because I made sure that we stayed within 70 million for the draft. All right, never mind. We're done here. I'm leaving. See you later. There's a blockbuster for you. EK65, a 5th and a 6th headed to Washington in exchange for a 1st. That guy and that guy. Apparently that was the only blockbuster. We lost 2 games straight out of the trade deadline, but we bounced back big time. Let's go. Pity pens are on fire. And we did another Arctic plunge. Big dub over the Bruins. I think we're going to be in the playoffs no matter what at this point. Yeah, we're in the playoffs, so it's okay. We got the Isles in round number 1. Let's find out how everything went down. New Jersey won the Metro with 107 points, 51 Ws. That is a very good season. However, it will be the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim winning the President's Trophy. They had 50 dubs on the year, 9 overtime losses, 15 for Detroit. That's wild. The Ducks had Ovi, Duchesne, and Teravainen, Gord, Kempe, and Toffoli. They had Darcy Kemper in net, Nate Schmidt, and Rasmus Dahlin. Muzzin Krug. Yeah, they have a good team. LA finished at 16 and didn't make it. Toronto makes it in at 17. Let's find out the last place team and see what their roster looks like. Nashville did not have a good year. They had Pajot. Why is Mitch Marner on the second line exactly? That'd be sick to know. They got Mitch Marner on line 2, playing with Boone Jenner and Victor Olofsson. Then the first line they have Nichushkin, Jimmy Superstar, and Pajot. Alright, clearly that first line is not working out too well, because Andrew Kopp led the team with 72 points at 86 overall. What's going on there? Brian Rust had 48 points, same with Taylor Hall. So Foligno, Smith, and Krejci. Krejci's the third line center, and he got more points than our first line left and right winger. That is problematic. Both our goalies did well. 35, 22, and 8 from Freddie, 5 shutouts, and 9-18. DeSmith went 9-7, and 2. He got 3 shutouts, and 9-19. Their goals against average scarily similar. Scarily a word? I think so. Kemper led the league with 44 W, 74 games played. He only got 1 shutout, a 910 save percentage. I see a 919 down there for Swayman and Ville Husso. And then 917 for Anton Forsberg and John Gibson. Makar and Fox led defensemen. They had 64 apiece. Theodore had 63, 62 from Hedman. And then Barry and Dahlin both landed at 60 flat. Robert Thomas getting the Art Ross. That is a new one, and I'm here for it. 88 overall he's up to, 101 points. The only player to break 100. Nikita Kucherov put up 99. And he was playing with Robert Thomas, clearly. ADB got 97. Draisaitl and Stamkos both put up 95. Okay, you know what? We're going to shake things up a bit then. Preferred lines. Kopp, I'm sorry. You have to be there, but I will not stand for this. Foligno can play on the third line. Sheary will be down here. And then Corey Perry. Who's this guy? Oh, I know who he is. The guy that was counting against our cap. Are you trying to tell me that I had Nick Dowd scratched the entire year? Anyway, here's our new lines. Oshie will be on the first line. Riley Smith will be on the second line. Rust will be on the third line with Kopp and Sheary. I don't know, but we're gonna run with it because that's what it's recommending. Anyway, sorry about that, Dowd. I don't think we have a cap problem with the other guy anyway. Yeah, no, so we were still in the budget regardless. But Nick Dowd is coming out for playoff season, baby. Let's sim the first 3 games, find out how it goes here. Oh yeah? Nice. We take that. So that means that they would have to win 3 straight in order for me to lose by... Oh, okay. Well, that's a thing. Are we going to be eliminated? Probably. And the incoming deletion is... Yeah, really? Bratt is going to get 2 goals in the second period, and we are out shooting them. Well, it's pretty even, actually. Let's go, Riley Smith on Sorokin. Oh, that's why. Sorokin knew that I was debating on drafting him and didn't. And now he's going to go out there and steal the show. Wow. Nothing to see here, just the typical first round exit. Edmonton and Buffalo in the Stanley Cup Finals. And these Sabres will go on to win the ultimate prize. At least Taylor Hall kind of performed. He got 9 points in 6 games. Barkov got 8. Kopp still had 6. So did Slavin, Krejci, and Sheary. Allmark had a 918 save percentage. We got a 921 from Sorokin. Yep, of course. Freddie Anderson is canceled. I feel like every time I've picked him, he has not simmed well. Drew Doughty led defenseman, but he had 26 games played, and Krug had 18. He only had 1 more point than him. So I'd really say that Krug was the best defenseman in the playoffs. Patty Kane put up 32 points in 24 games. Reinhart had 28. Scheifele 27. Overchicken with 26 and only 18. Let's fly through the awards here real quick. We pretty much know all the team awards, and we knew that Robert Thomas won that. He also gets the Hart. Theodore with the Norris. ADB gets the Lady Bang. Nice. Raymond taking home the Calder. Love to see that. Forsberg getting the Jennings and the Vezina. That's whack. But also, good for you, Forsberg. McNabb with the Masterton. Crosby gets the Selke. Crosby on the Leafs. Wouldn't that be interesting? Robert Thomas with the Ted Lindsay. And Kucherov with the Rocket Richard. The playoff tree is as follows. A lot of game 7s, at least when we got to the conference finals and the actual finals. And I don't think I see a single sweep. Nice. I felt like that meme right there. The kid that's like You know? Well, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. It was a video that's probably going to happen in NHL 23, or at least something similar to that, because if I remember correctly, my friend was telling me you can actually modify the salary cap. So if I can make the salary cap extremely low, that would be a very interesting video. Because in this one, I was the only one that had to abide by it. Let's be real. The other teams could go right to the cap if they wanted. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, and I will see you soon.